What is up, guys? In today's episode of Project 914, we are buttoning up a list of stuff that we need to take care of before I can get this thing on the road. So last video I asked you guys how long you thought it would take before I would actually have this thing driving on the road. I had all sorts of different predictions. I think the shortest one I saw was like 20 hours or so, or in terms of weeks, I think the shortest one I saw was like 2 weeks from now. With the longest being 60 days or something like that, or a month. So yeah, I'm gonna try to beat all of you. I wanna have this thing on the road as soon as possible, so I wanna see this thing at least before 2 weeks. I wanna be able to drive it out on the road and at least get it around the block a couple of times. Excuse the rain, it's pouring out and there's not much I can do about it. The ceilings are insulated, but it's a steel building and it's just the roof right there, so you can definitely hear it. Sorry about that, there's not really much I can do. To start this video, let's go through, let's make a list of everything that I can think of that needs to be done before I can get this thing out on the road, and then let's get started working. So I got a piece of cardboard, just gonna roadkill style this one. I think that's pretty much everything. Bunch of coolant stuff, wideband oxygen sensor, obviously an air filter. Got to cut the front bumper so that air can get into the radiator. Fender flares, got to trim them up because right now I only have about 1 degree or 2 of steering angle because the fitment is too on point. Then I can tune the darn thing. So this pin just exploded. Let's go start on the coolant stuff. The coolant fill port, I'm just going to keep it real simple. I'm just going to drill and tap a hole on the water crossover pipe on the top of the engine, and then I've just got a small little brass plug that I can thread in there when it's full. So essentially all I have to do to fill it is fill it from the radiator as much as it'll go, and go back to the engine, throw a funnel on the small hole I have drilled, fill it to there till it's full, and then throw this plug in it. Nice and simple, nice and cheap too. This is only like $2. So I got to figure out what thread pitch this is, and then figure out what size drill bit I need, and then I can thread it in. So I've got that fill plug installed, and I could fill it up with coolant now, but I bought a new thermostat and gasket just for the hell of it, because I have the cooling system apart. And why not? They're cheap. It's one of those things where it's never really a bad idea to throw one in. So I'm gonna throw this in, and then we need to install a coolant expansion tank in the car so that it doesn't spray coolant out of there as soon as it gets warm. And then the cooling system should be pretty much done. Old, new. You know, before I put that in, I was thinking about saying how easy thermostats are on Subarus. Like, they're the easiest thermostats to do. And then it takes me 5 minutes to get one single bolt in. Typical. Let's get that overflow reservoir in the front. So for the sake of saving time, I'm just using this little cheapo universal overflow tank I got from the parts store. I'm gonna be ordering a nice little aluminum one, just a universal deal off of the internet, but I didn't want to wait. So I got one of these. It was like $5, so no harm. I can set it up and make sure everything works as it should before I order the real deal. Wrong size. Wrong size again. What is this madness? Not metric? What? Garbage. Forcing me to use a dreaded flathead. Horrible. these are getting changed out when I put my new one on because I can't have something that isn't metric. I own standard tools, but I don't know where they are. I don't know which ones I own and which ones I'm missing. It's just nothing I work on is standard anymore. I never work on old American stuff, and all the new American stuff is metric too. Comes with this weird little mounting bracket doohickey, so I think I'm just gonna make it mount like that. Sort of like where the stock Subaru one is. I'm gonna go bend it in the vise. Even found a bolt that threads into the stock threads. It's like it was meant to be. It's all in there. She ain't perfect, but it'll do. Like I said, it is temporary. I know you guys said it was dark, but there's not really much to see besides it has a hose, and it goes to there. And it's mounted. And that's it. Sweet. So far, we can mark off coolant fill port. That's the expansion tank. If I wrote thermostat, I could write that on there. But what else do I have? I got cooling fans, cutting the bumper, or alternator wiring. Well, I've got this, so we may as well do the alternator. Alright, so I got the alternator wired, which battery died, but it wasn't too exciting. Basically, I swapped out a small cable for a big cable, and that's about it. I also threw the belt on while I was in there just for poops and chuckles. So now I'm gonna wire in the cooling fans. I'm just gonna put them on a switch so I can just switch them on and off. And yeah. So I was trying to fire this thing over to show my friends it running and stuff, and I sort of made a situation. That, all the way to there, all the way over there, that's all fuel, so I don't know what the hell's going on, but I got a leak somewhere, and I'm trying to clean it up before I blow this place up, because it smells pretty bad, and I really don't want to lose all of my belongings that are worth anything and everything. So yeah, but okay, let me go over here real quick. These are the goons I was trying to show my car. Huh? I said these are the goons I was trying to show my car. What's your channel gonna be called?
Probably like our drift team, which is like Reaper Drift. I'm assuming it's something similar, or probably something completely different. I have no idea.
So they're trying to make a channel. They're trying to be...
We're gonna vlog like Spencer.
That, whatever. But link somewhere.
Yeah, somewhere. But what's the name gonna be, dude, of our channel? Same as our team?
Yeah.
We've got like a low style drift team we're going for, with like these Japanese style cars.
This has a little bit more street car than the other one too. Race car.
Then he's got like a street car S13 with a 2JZ swap.
Did you say this one's less street car or more street car?
Less street car. This one's all gutted interior. His is full interior and everything. Mine's just a lot more like track friendly. We want to try doing the perspective of like jumping into drifting for the team aspect of it, and for like the more grassroots style event. And like we're not pursuing anything big, but like we definitely want to like try to share our perspective on like getting into the scene with, I don't know, a different view. Not trying to go all race car, and maybe have a little bit more stylish drift cars and have some fucking good times with some good people.
This is actually sort of scary, but it's like drying up, so we're good.
No, this is terrible. This is absolutely terrible.
What the hell? It's your fault. I blame it on you.
I know.
So I thought it was still leaking more, but it's just falling out from underneath the tank. So I guess I gotta add one more thing to the list. Pull the tank and fix the leak. I'm probably just gonna redo all the fuel lines since I have to pull the tank anyways. I wanted to redo them at one point anyways, so now it gives me an excuse. Sort of sucks though. Sets me back, of course. That's why I know one of you guys said you always predict 4 times as long. You always predict that the project will take 4 times longer than you actually think it will. This is exactly why, and that's completely true. So, yeah. This is gonna end the video off basically because now I have this to clean up and figure out how to, you know, not lose all my belongings. So today I finished the whole cooling system, alternator wiring. That's about it. I did a little bit of other wiring and stuff too, just to clean stuff up, but that's really all I got done. So I made a little progress and then stepped back again. So I'm gonna end the video off here. Thanks guys for watching. Leave a comment down in the comment section. Make sure to subscribe for more, because as you guys know, this thing is gonna be driving actually out on the roads pretty soon. Unfortunately, I can't really do much else because some of the other jobs sort of require me like cutting up the bumper, which is gonna throw sparks everywhere and immediately ignite everything, so I sort of have to be careful. So I'm just gonna take it easy, clean up. I need to clean up the shop anyways, so it gives me an excuse to just sort of buckle down and clean everything. So thank you guys so much for watching. Have a good night. Peace.